This. Hey, folks, it's Dre. This is well, hello, Squiddies as well. I call everybody Squiddies. I keep on forgetting. We call it. This is Dre from Tattoo Squid Podcast here with Honor. Actually, I forgot what the
Owner.
Honer. See, I didn't want to say boner or honer
Hey, if you're saying boner, you're almost there, but it's an H instead of
and then toner and
a.
he needs some toning. Yeah. But yeah, from the Drunk with Buds podcast, which
Yes, sir.
if I was drinking, I'd be doing the same damn thing. Yeah. And actually, which is funny because I mentioned this to my girlfriend, and I'm like, you know what? There's this one beer I always want to try, but I can't. I mean, I could now. I could try it. It's not really going to do anything for me, but
Right.
um, and it caught my eye because I don't really look at IPA. I always like back then I was drinking stuff like uh Bud, what the basic ones, like the
Right.
basic, you got your Budweiser, Bud Light, Coors Light, uh the Heinekens, or we used to call them Heinies. Um
hmm
but everybody else has the IPAs and all that. Like Stone Cold Steve Austin has his, and
He does. He's got a double IPA now too.
yeah, and
That's a bad beat.
and then Stone Cold, let me write this down because you got to put oh yeah, you know um but and then Dos Equis and all that, like we were just talking about the
Right.
was it international man of mystery or something.
Austin Powers?
uh, oh well, no, he drinks too, but
No, his name is International Man of Mystery. That's the whole movie.
yeah, I know, but I forgot what they call the guy that says stay to my friend, just
The
the
most
second.
interesting man or some shit.
Yeah, that could be it. Dan. I got it
Yeah.
all mixed up.
Right.
So
Yeah.
get that guy, and then we'll put Mike Myers. You know, we'll put him down there. So
Yeah, baby.
yeah, I'm by Austin Powers. That's it. So but the beer that I would love to try, and I've seen this, and I love the way nowadays they got the cans and they're very distinct in their designs and everything else, which is fucking awesome. I love the way they
hmm
do it. I wish I was like into the shit back
Yeah.
then, you know. And the one I would like to try most likely is the Voodoo Ranger IPA, just because of the way it looks.
It's Anger IPA.
Voodoo Ranger.
Oh, bro. Bro, so if you go back on my Instagram, anybody out there, you'll see that I actually started doing an IPA adventure, is what I call it.
Yeah.
And the first one that I fucking started, bro, was Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA. And their beers, all of them are IPAs, and they are just the best IPAs ever, too. So you would not go wrong by trying it.
I know because that I looked at your Instagram, and that's why when I saw it, and I'm like, oh, because I saw the
Yeah, dude.
Voodoo Ranger because there's other podcasts that are talking about it, and I'm like, and I
Yeah.
seen it, and I was like, I gotta try
And
this.
the best part about those ones are they don't just do typical 16-ounce tall boys. They do fucking 19-ounce, which is the English pints. And those are just, oh, bro,
Wait, mate. Oh no, that's Australia. Sorry. I
where's my bread and butter? I don't know. I can't do
know.
it
I
either.
really want to go to England. I really want to. I really want to go to England just to go and see where they did the whole MTV. Um,
Cribs?
no, not Cribs. The MTV Real World. You know.
Oh, yeah.
See now, have you ever seen the Real World?
Yeah, I
Like
have.
I mean, but the seasons, like the different ones, or
I think so. I was a little younger when it first was out because it was back when my brother wasn't allowed to watch MTV, because back then it was all sex and everything. Everybody
yeah.
was like, "Wow, this is dangerous. This is risque." But so I couldn't watch, So, but I would sneak and I'd be like, "Real World's on. This is pretty cool." But I wasn't able to actually watch. And then
Yeah.
and then knowing that, but then by the time I actually got old enough to maybe at least watch it by like 12 or some shit, it was already done.
Oh, okay, okay. Well,
Yeah.
they had this one where they always go to different states and they go to different states and all that, and there's one where they went to across the pond, and also across the pond is my friends Cat Smack. You know, they're crazy fucking duo or trio. Um, oh, I forgot to do the. We'll just put down Chat Smash down here as a one of those you're letting everybody know about them. I keep on, man, I'm like low on practice on this. Usually I had the
It's
words
all good,
down.
bro. It's all good.
Um, but yeah, we call it so real world. They had the thing like across the pond. They had a one that was in London, and from what I remember, I think I can remember we call who the people were. There were a guy that was driving stock car racing. Um, there is an English, I'm not gonna say black woman, but she's an English woman. Uh, and then there's like maybe a couple, like two over English, but then there's one that's in a punk band,
Yeah.
and uh, and then there's like a couple other people that they do. Oh, just then also there's a model named Jacinda.
Oh man.
Um, you know,
Hold on, I'm
and
trying to. I'm looking it up. So it looks like it was season 4 was the Real
oh
World London.
yeah,
Uh, is that the? Can you see it? I don't even know where my camera is.
yeah, yeah. That's them.
The cast.
But he's a guy. I think he has blonde hair. He's like with a
Yeah,
leather
really
jacket.
blonde.
Yeah, like bleach blonde, I guess.
Yeah.
So he's the guy that's in the punk. Yeah, him. I think his name is Ian. I think. And folks, if you're listening to this, I'm not like a stalker on this, but I just like that season because you follow around like a model, just for the fuck of it. You follow around a
Right.
model, you
Yeah.
follow and then you
And it's
follow this
fun.
kid that's like a stock car racer, and he thinks he's the shit, but he's like he's just starting out. I'm like, all right, what the hell is this shit? Anyway, so the punk rocker guy, they go to his club, and he's in there, and he's talking, and he's singing, and he's doing, and he's like in everybody's face, and it's like a small club with like maybe 10 people at the bar, and they're just like drunk, and they're in there. They cut the scene, like you can hear the shit, but they cut the scene to the part where the guy that's drunk and he's singing with the punk rock singer, but he goes and I guess he kissed him on the lips, but he bit the guy's tongue off, like literally bit it like straight off, you know, like plunk, and then they had a thing on like ice on his tongue, like half of
Jesus.
it, and it
So
was
you said
like
his name was what?
I think his name is Ian, I think.
So this one, let me know if it rings a bell because they have the cast here, of course, the names, I guess.
Oh, okay,
They have Neil, they
okay,
have Jay,
okay.
they have Mike,
Mike, I
and
think is
Lars. And Lars sounds like the kind of guy that would do that.
no, no, no. Lars is a different guy, but uh, what was it? Jake, you said?
It was Mike, Jay, just Jay,
Yeah,
and then Neil.
I think it's Neil. I think it might
Okay.
be Neil. Yeah, because the other guy, Mike, I think was the race car driver guy, and then the other two are different other guys, and then there's Neil, which is the blonde, the bleach blonde. So,
Okay.
but that it was just crazy how that scene went, and then he's talking like he has his girlfriend, and his girlfriend is like reading what he wrote down, but then he has that speak and spell kind of thing where
Yeah.
he types it out and then he goes, "This what I used to do." It's like that guy, the guy that's in the wheelchair. We call that's like he has like the
Yeah.
brain.
And that goes to show you that back then, man, you could get away with whatever the fuck you wanted.
Oh
Because I
yeah,
mean, because that reminds me that was probably around the time as the Attitude Era,
yeah.
right?
Okay,
So
looks like yeah,
those, so not just WWF going crazy. You also had fucking Real World MTV going nuts.
yeah,
Like, dude, it was a crazy time to be alive and watching shows, man.
yeah. I mean, it's like they got ratings. I mean, now it's like, and then you had Headbangers Ball too on
Yeah.
MTV. So that was like the thing you can watch like at midnight.
You also had
Yeah.
Jackass.
Yeah, but now you got Jackass, you can watch it like all the time now. So that's like, Headbangers Ball. I mean, I would love to like,
Was that was like metal music and shit like that, right?
yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I was into it when it was a thing yet, but then eventually I grew into that kind of music. I fucking love it so much.
Oh my God. It's like I think they got pissed off when um like you would have like Ricky Rackman, awesome fucking guy. I love the guy. We could like watch him. He's
Yeah.
always been like he owned like the cat house in LA. And I said this to my girlfriend because I'm like, I really just want to go to LA just to say I went to LA, you know, and go down the Sunset Strip and see
Hmm.
if there's like, still the glam hair metal bands, and because I mean I get the look, I mean I don't really have the look, but um I have the basic tattoos and because I get like the whole sleeves and everything else and but I don't have like the bleach blonde hair and
Just
the
get a wig on, man. Start making
yeah.
bank out there. Be
No, but
like,
I got the mohawk, so I can do the mohawk thing, just like have it spiked up and everything else, and
yeah.
um, and just walk around and just see the whole thing, the limelight, And that was another club they had, the limelight,
So
but
like when you think of so those are like the so what was special about LA being there? Is that the Headbangers Ball that pulls you
yeah,
to
well,
it or
Ricky Rackman was he had like a club called the Cat House, and that was in the area of LA. So that was like the grimy, like a strip club, but it was more grimier.
oh
And,
shit.
and then the bands we playing there, and then you got like the strippers, but then you got other girls that would just dress down to like where the bands love the slutty look, of
Yeah.
and going in there.
So that kind
And
of so was it like the grungy, let's say I'm picturing right now when you say all that, I'm picturing like when the Matrix was big, what's it called? What's the vampire movie? Underworld was big. Like I'm picturing like those type of like strippers, you know what I mean? The ones the
yeah,
Rob
no,
Zombie
no, I'm
strippers.
talking about like glam hair metal kind of like, but then they got more grunt, not
Oh,
grunt, but they got more grittier, let's just say,
okay. So they look like that, but a little
like
bit
a Motley
more.
Crue, like,
Oh, I'm thinking, but you know what I was thinking? You know like the fucking Matrix, like all
oh yeah,
black fucking
yeah, yeah,
leather
yeah, yeah, with the
chains and
spandex and
shit.
all that. But no, but this is like
Yeah.
less is better,
Okay.
actually.
Okay, that makes more sense to me. I was picturing
Yeah.
a whole ass like 90s get up, whatever they were doing.
Like
Okay.
Poison, you got Motley Crue,
Yep.
Ozzy Osbourne, maybe like
Yeah.
go in there,
Yeah.
and but they're on a LA strip kind of thing, and then but they go to the cat house to go and have fun and watch a band play and like Faster Pussycat and
Okay.
uh some
And
other ones, and they have a documentary series called the decline civilization no the decline of Western civilization, the metal years, yeah and and it's like they do a hold on, I'm just writing this down. Excuse me. um but they interview everybody from Megadeth to like the guitarist of Wasp to uh you name it, Ozzy Osbourne when he was like way younger, and you can be able
Right.
to understand his audio. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I'm looking it up just to kind of stay on top of what you're talking about.
yeah,
So like if you guys you guys see me glare in my face, I'm not ignoring him.
yeah.
I'm checking up things so then I know I can stay on top of it and see what
See,
he's talking about.
people, you learn shit when you're on my show. You know,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'm not just a pretty face. You know,
Yeah, he's the prettiest face of them all, dude. Check him
oh,
out.
yeah, I know. And look at him. You know, he's like staring me down
He
and
looks
shit.
like Terrifier too, man. Scare me.
It's actually
Art.
a Frankenstein underneath. You
Um,
know, like Frankenstein. And there was a story about it, but I'll tell it after we talk about this. Decline of Western civilization, where when you see what it looks like, it's
okay.
but basically there is a woman that goes to different people, and I forgot what her name is, but she ran this magazine called Metal Edge. And Metal Edge was your go-to if you're into heavy metal, yeah, but it's more like your Molly Crew, your Ozzy Osbourne, your Poison, Dan Yankees, whatever name that comes up that is Warrant, whoever, and then
Hmm.
they just show like the magazine, and it's like Guns N' Roses, like when they came out, and they were just like the biggest thing. And then they have a layout of like Slash with the guitar and everything. So it's like
Did you
you're
know? So this is interesting to me. I don't. You probably know this already because you already knew about this documentary.
yeah,
It was directed by Penelope Spheris,
yeah,
and that's the one. I didn't know that she was the one that made Wayne's World, and that was the influence of Wayne's World.
yeah,
Was the fact that she already had her hand in the documentary, so it kind of helped her mold the teenage. That's awesome. That's
yeah.
actually pretty cool. You don't usually hear about people making documentaries and then making a fucking comedy, you know?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's like, actually, when I was saying that it's a woman that worked in Metal Edge, I think it was a different person probably because I'm thinking of that's who it was at the time, and then when you just mentioned it, I'm like, okay, it's not the same person though. But
Oh, okay.
from what I'm thinking of, it there is a person that does run the Metal Edge magazine kind of thing. Yeah.
Right.
So,
Okay.
but yeah, it's very interesting to watch, like the whole backstory. Like they'll talk to like the lead singer of Megadeth and Ozzy Osbourne. Like they go to his house in like England or whatever, and he's cooking fucking eggs and bacon, and his hair's all spiky up and all that. Like back in the
Yeah.
day where you had spiky hair when you go to school, with a leopard like robe and all that.
And like bats in the fridge.
Yeah, I mean, he's just cooking away, and it's like you smoking, from the skillets and all that, just cooking away, and
And they said,
um,
man, we're gonna come back 20 years later and we're gonna make the Osbournes.
yeah, and they started that shit, man. They started that whole
Yeah.
like, the whole thing. It, it just dawned on me. I'm like, holy shit! How the one person you never figured that would start a cultural, conglomerate of like, uh, what do they call it now? They call them, uh, like the people that real TV kind of thing, you know, reality
Oh,
TV.
reality stars. Yeah, reality TV
Yeah.
stars.
So they're the ones that started the reality TV, basically. So they're doing this whole thing. And especially when he throws like, or his wife throws like some ham at like some other celebrity next door, And I'm like, who the fuck throws ham? Yeah. And that's good fucking ham. Probably back then it was like so much money and all that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
that
I'm trying to look up first reality TV show Family. I guess it was called The Family in 1974. So the first reality TV show, I mean, we were talking about one, Real World. So I mean, that was also one before, but I wanted to
yeah,
see actual families. Like if they're following around
yeah,
a family, exactly. But there's one called fucking The Family, and it's a of course, hey, this always goes back to it.
yeah.
This is a 12-part series, documents the daily life of a working class family from reading United Kingdom. We just keep going back there. Keep going back.
We're going back to the
The real
whole
world.
the real
Real world
world and
London.
Ozzy Osbourne, you know, and biting off. Well, yeah, you figured biting off fat heads and biting off tongues. You know, it
Damn. Yeah,
it comes full circle. Holy shit,
it
folks!
does. See, you
Uh,
learn stuff here on TA2 Squid, dog.
yeah, yeah. No, you tattoo squid,
What is it?
tattoo squid.
Tattoo Squid. That makes more sense.
Yeah, so it's like tattoo, but it's like TA2.
Well, hey, man. When I read something, I didn't read it
Oh,
as a
I know,
word.
I know. Yeah, no, definitely we could because I it's on my license plate. You know,
That's awesome.
I put it
That's
as a license plate. I'm like
that's
that'll be
so much
my
better than what I was thinking.
yeah.
TA2.
Because I
I
did
was
like I
like,
put it on a license plate. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be my podcast name. Yeah.
he's like R2, TA2.
Oh, I should have done like that. I should have had like a squid that looks like a robot. Yeah.
No, dude, that's a badass name though. I like that.
Yeah. Some people are like, tattoo. Oh, that's what oh, nice. It makes you think. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I
it
like
does. Just like the show.
yeah, it makes you like really think on all that stuff. But
Yeah.
so we kind of figured out that you were in the metal like a later age, of some sort. I mean not like 20s or 30s, probably like around 12, 13 or whatever. Yeah. So you're a guy into the metal thing for a little bit. Did you have like the hair coming out?
No, so I guess differently for me, my metal was the emo phase, right?
Oh, okay.
So they had screaming, but we called it scream O, and then we ended up getting post hardcore, and then we got metal. But I think how it went was whatever somebody screamed, you had all the bands in high school screaming and doing underground shows. There,
No,
everybody's like
yeah.
screamo, but it was basically metal at the time because they didn't have any singing, but it was literally just like them like screaming. It was basically metal.
Yeah.
I guess I just realized that right now that it was metal,
I,
but
I I never knew that it was like called Scream Up because there's the fact that I seen there's like well you look at YouTube. I mean everybody watches YouTube. Yeah, I mean if nobody doesn't watch YouTube, there's something wrong with them.
then they're on
Yeah,
TikTok.
yeah, they're on TikTok. Well, no, even that TikTok you can see it on YouTube. Basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you get TikTok, you go look on YouTube, and TikTok could be on Snapchat. Whatever. But which also I'm on all those folks. Okay. So, but they have a thing. Uh, what the fuck was it? We were just talking about the. I
Metal.
just no no yeah the metal. No, but we were talking about the. Oh my God, folks! I just lost my. Hold on. Let
Well,
me
while you're waiting for it, maybe this will help you. But so I looked up first screaming band,
mm,
and it says from the Soundfield video. I don't know what the hell that is. We learned that screaming in music had its origins with the Vikings, later in blues, and then finally in early heavy rock music. Some of the band's artists who produced this metal sound included Robert Plant, lead singer of Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, Judas Priest, and Ozzy Osbourne. So I guess it does make sense that Vikings would be screaming in their music because they're getting ready for battle.
well, yeah. I mean, there is a band called Ale House, actually. So.
Uh, would you say that? So do you know who Wind Rose is?
No, I just know about the band because somebody brought me onto that, and I know there's like
But do you listen to that kind of music then? Does that
every once in a while, whenever I get in that mood, I'm like, okay, let me go and type this in there, and I'll play this.
this is so it's not necessarily Viking, but it's dwarven metal.
Oh, okay.
So if you can fuck with that, and that just sounds like your type of shit, dude. Wind Rose is amazing.
So wait, what's the
They're
name again?
great. Wind Rose, like WIND
Yeah.
space Rose, ROSE.
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
check that out.
one of their first songs that's popular on Spotify is Diggy Diggy Hole. And it's like diggy diggy hole, I'm a digging a hole, I'm a dwarf and I'm yeah, it's literally
No, oh, so the screamo that's what So we're talking about
yeah, yeah.
screamo, right? And so there and YouTube. So there is a there's a show called Smosh Game on YouTube.
Was it?
Smosh Games. So it's like Smash, but it's Smosh with an L.
Oh, the Smosh guys.
Yeah, yeah. So they had a thing where they were they were playing this game, and the game was called uh Drunk, Stone, or Stupid. Where it's a card game, and you have like about four stacks of cards, and it's pretty much just throwing any of your friends underneath the bus, and they give you
Yeah,
like a prompt of like a certain person. you know, will pick his nose just for the hell of it, like that
right,
kind of thing. And then you're like, oh no, that's Honer, that's Hunter, we call he'll do it, and it's like, and then just give him the fucking card,
right,
or it's
yeah,
like, oh no, this one would go and drink pee, and it's like, oh, give it to Ozzy, he drinks pee all the time. And then they would go in and unanimously give it to that person. So whoever gets seven cards, you basically lose, but you win. That's how the game ends. Like whoever gets seven cards, the whole thing's done. That person
right.
lost. But there was a girl on there named Bose, and she is like your short little like black girl. We call it that loves screamo music, like emo and even like metal. So she has like the shirt, the half shirt, you know, and
Oh
wearing
yeah.
the big boots and all that, the real kickers and all that. Um, which I can't wait because I got my sneakers fucking coming in from Amazon. Not to say about kickers, but I like those non like laceless we call it shoes that you can just slip them on like slippers. Yeah, folks, I am
Are
fucking
those like
lazy because
space
I'm good.
boots? Or are those
Huh?
platforms? Those are like platforms, right? With those
Yeah, the
big ass
ones that
boots.
I was talking about with her, yeah, we call it that's like platform shoes kind of thing because they have the
Okay.
boot, but they have the heel kind of thing too, but they make it
Yeah.
bigger.
Oh, okay.
They don't have the goldfish in folks. They don't have that.
I
Not
have
like
seen some of those. That's pretty fucking weird,
yeah,
actually.
not the pimp ones. Yeah.
How do you feed that thing?
There must be a little valve or something that you just put in there and that's it. Or it could be a
Here's what
beta
you
where you
throw,
don't really
dog.
have to feed them that much. I don't know. I mean, I had beta fish where, I had it for like 6 years and,
Yeah.
I, cause when I was like going out with my girlfriend and then we got married, um, before that, she was like, okay, why don't we start you off with like a fish? And she goes, well, you have dogs, right? I'm like, yeah, but my dad takes care of the dogs. Like, even though it's our dogs, but he does all the take them outside and,
Right.
clean. We don't do all the fucking heavy lifting shit, because we're
Yeah.
kids.
That's my
We
that was my
leave it. Nobody, and folks, if you say that, oh no, I do that when I was a kid. No, you don't. No, no, you haven't done it. You let your dad do it because your dad was like, "Fuck you, I'm doing it." And he did to me because I got a puppy. Well, no, I'm going ahead of myself here. So my wife at the time, or my girlfriend at the time, she said, "Here, I'm giving you this beta fish." And it was like it had like a little tank, like you go and clean out half the tank, and it's like really easy shit. It's a small fucking thing. And I had it for like 6 years. And she goes, well, you know what? I think you can graduate up to a puppy. I'm like, really? So I get this puppy, but then when she brought me to this place, I know this whole thing went to like a big turn, and that's what my show does. We just go over the place.
I'm here for it, man. I'm zoned in.
There you go. So he's in for the ride, folks. he
Yeah,
might
I
come out,
am strapped
he might
in.
come out a little weird, but it's like, what happened? I don't really know. I see spots. Anyway, so but but so then yeah, so she gave me the fish and then everything was fine and went for my puppy. So she's like, listen, I wanna bring you somewhere. I'm like, okay. So we go to this like veterinary place and I'm like, I go past this place like all the time. I never really been here, and I didn't really have a reason to be here because I never really go to the vet, with my dad. He just brings it there, that's
Right.
it. So she goes, well, I got friends because she used to work at that place. And then she goes, I got friends here and they have something I want to give you. And I'm like, and I was like naive. I had no fucking clue what was going on. I mean, I was like your typical different hairstyle, person where I'm like, I had no clue. Like, I was oblivious to what was going on. And then she's like, here. And hands me like this little, like, slug. Yeah, it looked like a slug, but it was actually a baby puppy just born, like that big, and I'm like, You're giving me shit? Give me a piece of shit,
Yeah. What is
you
that?
know? And she goes, no, it's a puppy. It's just like, like that. Once it's like, gets out of the cocoon, thing, the larva stage of it, of how it's been born, and I'm like, oh, okay, you know. And then I had to wait like a couple of weeks, whatever. But then you find out the litter that my dog, Kahlua, which is, hold on, I don't know if you can see it, but right there.
Yeah,
So that's an actual picture that I had and that the tattooers put it on. So I'm like,
that's awesome.
put that on, and I put it on ever since. And so she was part of this litter, and the litter, without her in it, the litter all passed away from puppy disease called parvo. And my dog like survived that whole thing. So she's like,
Wow.
survived the whole like litter. And I'm like, and then my girlfriend at the time was like, distraught. She was like, oh my god, oh my god. I'm like, no, no, she's a fighter. I could tell, you know. And the years on after that, she did not prove me wrong at all. She was just like, she'll run up the stairs, hit the stairs like by accident, and dislocate her hip, and then
Yeah.
she'll bang it back. It's like watching Mel Gibson from Lethal Weapon. You know,
Yeah.
like there's one, no, part two, I think it was. Yeah, part two. Lethal Weapon 2. I just watched it like actually fucking last night. He would go and literally bet that he can get out of straitjacket within under a minute or
Yeah.
under 5 minutes. And he's getting this thing and he goes and he dislocates his fucking shoulder. And then he gets out of the straitjacket. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he goes, what happened? And he's like, what'd you do? It's like, well, I just dislocated my shoulder. So, and he's like this. And he goes, well, what's going to happen now? And you got to go to the doctor. He goes, no, I just go to this wall and go, you know, and
Yeah.
then knock it into place and all that. Like, oh
Oh,
my God, you're,
that reminds me. Have you seen Loaded Weapon? The
oh, the
parody of
spoof?
it?
Yeah, the spoof.
Oh my god, I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, yeah,
Whenever you're when you were talking about it, I was just picturing what was his name? Emilio Estevez
yeah,
doing it the
Emilio
whole time.
Estevez. And yeah, when
Samuel L. Jackson
he goes into the trailer and it's a huge fucking Egyptian fucking tomb. Yeah. He's like, oh, okay, bro.
is bigger on the inside too. The freaking nice ass $1 million house.
And then they had we
So
call it the fish. The thing
yeah,
like, oh, what happened? It's like, he's dead. From what? Oh, piranha. Oh, okay. Just walk over. There you go. But
my
those
favorite
are the
part is the freaking bikes, the bicycles. You remember that part
oh, I think so, yeah.
where he's running and they're trying to chase the guy, so he jumps off the highway, tries to land onto the truck or a semi, but he misses and he makes an imprint in the ground. And they
Yeah.
go, "We're commandeering these vehicles, kids." And he goes, "All right, whatever." So they start riding. And he goes, "I'm too old for this shit." They just fucking blow up.
Loaded Weapon. Oh,
That
I gotta
movie is
find that.
so fucking good. That's one of my favorite movies to watch with people. It's so good. It's still to this day.
Oh yeah, it's like Airplane. It's like
Mhm. The
Naked
screwball
Gun.
humor. Oh,
Yeah,
never gets old.
Naked Gun is like, oh, we need to protect. We gotta protect ourselves. We gotta have safe sex, and they had a whole body condom. Yeah, no,
My favorite part My favorite part of the fucking airplane movies is when that guy's walking in, all of a sudden everybody's like, "Hey, can you save the whales? Hey, can you do this?" All of a sudden he gets so tired of it, he just starts beating the shit out of everybody, and it turns into like a little mini fight scene. I
I like
love.
the one. I like the one with the woman is like, it's like, I know I'm a virgin and all, but I really would like to have a man, a strong, big man. And all of a sudden, after there's this line like, hey,
Yeah,
you know, and then that was it the gay? I'm not gonna say he's gay, uh, but the one that's from the tower and all that, he's always running around, jumping around. And then all of a sudden he goes, yeah, we got Stryker and we got this guy and this, and we got, everything's going, the plane is about to go down. And then all of a sudden the guy's like, and the dinosaurs, and this did this. And Elvis was eating lobster. No,
yeah,
or something.
the freaking humor, like you could, it's even though people will cancel it nowadays, it's like, bro, that shit is classic. So it screwball humor will always have a special place in my heart, bro. It's so fucking funny.
Especially like Striker. Okay. Or even we call the Leslie Nielsen. We call was like in the airplane movie and all that.
Oh yeah.
Surely you're Jess. And he goes, I never Jess. Don't call me Shirley. Yeah.
Or where they're all jumping out and then like all of a sudden they're like Geronimo, Geronimo. Or was that what was that? This is a different movie, but he's like Geronimo, and there it goes, me.
Yeah, because he's the Indian Toronto. Like, eh.
Because he is Geronimo.
And especially when they're like trying to like the plane comes down and all of a sudden you see Leslie Nielsen, coming in and goes, just want to say, we're all counting on. All right. And all of a sudden after you see him like the whole shaking, he goes, I
Yeah.
just want to say that we're counting on. Take it easy. Yeah. And then they crash. Oh, yeah. It's like we're here. Okay. Oh, thank you. All right, bye.
He's too good.
And especially OJ. Poor OJ, man, gets like run over by a steamroller, Naked Gun.
Oh yeah.
And then he gets like, like, oh, I'm okay. And all of a sudden he's like at a baseball game. Yeah.
That
Oh,
fucking
well, there
baseball
you go.
game lasted forever.
Well, even Spaceballs is more like a slapstick movie as well. You know, Spaceballs on
Oh,
Lunchbox.
I didn't even know Leslie was dead.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He was 84 years old. Dang, on November 28th in 2010. That's a long time ago. And I had no idea.
What was that?
Wow.
He was in the other one, Dead and Loving. No, was it Vampire Dead and Loving It or something? Dracula Dead and Loving It. That's what it was. Yeah. He's like, oh, I
Wow,
wonder.
man. Yeah, I thought I was still living in a world where he was still alive.
Yeah,
That's
but
crazy.
OJ's around somewhere, with a glove and a Bronco.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's writing books about it. I got away with it.
yeah. The
The
glove
nine
didn't
hole
fit.
high story.
The glove did not fit. Ooh, man, this is gonna be a good episode art. So we got the Stone Cold Steve Austin, Austin Powers, Real World, London. I gotta find a cartoon version of that one. Headbangers Ball, Ricky Rackman, The Family, Windrose, Spaceballs, Loaded Weapon.
You could basically like put in a picture of just UK, London. Be like, that's the sum of the show.
Yeah, I know. Then you have Ozzy Osbourne in there too. You're like, yeah,
With the bats in his fridge.
I think I made one episode art that was like so like bloody or something that the Twitter put we call it a sensitivity thing on there.
Oh, of
I'm like,
course.
really? Sensitivity? Like the
Well,
whole
now that Elon Musk owns it, he wouldn't do that to you.
yeah, I'm like, and then all of a sudden I'm like looking at it, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think it would be too sensitive for people to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a little over the top. I
yeah,
might have crossed the line a little.
well, what the hell is that with a sickle? I don't know. I just used a sickle on it. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Was it no,
Excuse me. Shoo.
I got the ring. I got like 748 fucking alerts.
Dang,
No.
who's out there, man? Shoot, you
I
safe?
know. All right. Let me tell you a story about it. Like, maybe you had this kind of situation as well. So you lived in apartment buildings, right?
Yeah.
All right. So there's this one apartment building. I'm not gonna say the name, but there's woods in the name. Um, and her name is Heather. Well, anyway, so we live in this an apartment now. My girlfriend lived in this apartment, I think maybe 4 years before I moved in. Now, before that, she was saying that it's great. You can sit out there, talk to people, you're friends with the neighbors and everything else. And then I come along, and apparently there's bedlam and spousal abuse. And I'm like, it's like ever since you moved in, there's spousal abuse going on. And I'm like, I, I'm not one gonna like have some kind of power and like, haha, go beat somebody up, because
Yeah.
I get in and I moved in already, and then I walk out to my car and I'm looking and there's this guy yelling at his wife, not really hitting his wife, but he has like a bat and he's like, "Let me back in the house," and he's fucking wailing on the car, and all you hear is ding 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 ding, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" And there's these two kids on a bike just sitting there, just watching this, like, and then like, Mister, you see what's going on over here? They're all over the place, and I'm like, it's like zombies he's talking about or something. That's what it seems like.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. But then we get to I've been there for like maybe 4 or 5 years now, and every time we go, because we use the laundromat, and they got a laundromat that's around the corner. So when it snows or rains or something, if we have to do our laundry, we have to walk in this like bad weather, or then you smell like pot around somewhere, and then
Hell yeah.
which is great. I mean, you can smell it, but then I get hungry really fucking fast, and I want to get taco. Um, but which I'm
Then
proud of.
you end up at the loaded weapon mini mart with
Yeah.
the shootout.
Oh yeah. Let me put the tacos back in. But so, but then all of a sudden after there was like all this stuff. We got like there were two meth labs. One meth lab was like getting raided. There's one under suspicion. They had homeless people living in the laundromat area, like locking the door, just sleeping in the chair. And I'm like, really? The fuck's going on here?
Dang.
Yeah. It was just weird. And then we're both like, we gotta get our own place. We gotta go and get like a house or something. I mean, we got the best next thing, was a trailer home, like industrial or what they call uh, it's a certain, it's a trailer home, but it's more well kept and it's bigger. It looks like a house. You won't even think that it's a trailer. Yeah, it's one of those. I forgot they had a name for it. Yeah. So, but overall, we got the house and everything else and everything good. Neighbors are awesome. A lot better than when we had the apartment. But
Yeah.
all right, folks, everybody knows that I'm going to be doing this game show season 3. which is this box right here. And Frankie
Oh
might,
my god.
Frankie might be involved in this whole thing too. I don't know. We're gonna try. But I'm gonna go and maybe we did this before. Me and Hunter. We go and did a couple of questions already, and I think he's kind of melded into it. So we're gonna try a couple more.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Here I go.
Oh, here we go. Now, folks,
Hold on. Let me empty this glass and then I'm gonna get another one. Prepare my ass real quick.
oh my God, I love that. I love that Stein. Wait, do I got a Stein? Oh. Now, folks, while he's gone, do. You know, I was gonna tell you a joke, but I don't want to tell like some discriminating joke. That's not me, you know. But anybody that loves anime, I, anime. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, look what I got from Walmart. Oh, this is the shit right here. I tell you, right here. I saw this. I'm like, I almost creamed on my pants. Attack on Titan shirt. Look at that. That's fucking awesome. Yes. It's like that little kid from uh Minions. It's like I love it. I'm gonna die. It's so fluffy. You but I'm wearing this tomorrow. Oh, this is. I got that one. I got Gremlins. Who else? Oh, hey Hunter or Mr. Drunk with Buds. He's indisposed right now. He's got the Stein going on, which is a cool fucking Stein. Let's see if he's into anime. Actually, if you look at it, so if you ever watch Attack on Titan, so this guy right here, he was like the head leader. Then you got all these other guys that would go and just maul and eat other people. But then you have this guy, which is part of them, but he turns out to be saving the little human area, not the Titans. He was a Titan that was fighting the other Titans. So this is like badass.
Okay, so I thought I could like sneak the fuck out because I had to piss hard.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I
Yeah,
was, I,
I was like, bro, I'm gonna try to sneak out real quick because I was like,
yeah.
shit is coming out the top, bro.
You,
Like,
you, you you know what you should have done? You should have just grabbed like a bottle and just like, listen, here, hold
I have a strong stream, man. You would have been able to hear
on. Silent, but yeah. No,
it.
but I was actually showing people on there. We call it the shirt I got from Walmart. And I don't know if
Yeah.
you're an anime guy. Are you an anime guy?
Oh hell yeah,
Yeah. Look what I got from Walmart.
bro.
Attack on Titan.
That's so nice. That's
That
the
is
what is
fucking
it, 7?
awesome. I was like, fuck yeah. And I was like telling him, I'm like, this guy right here, this one, he was like
It
the savior of the whole thing right there.
is that
Killing,
the Attack Titan.
yeah, he was killing him. He went after him. And then, oh, fucking nice.
Yeah, he was the savior.
Yeah, he was
But
like the savior.
I haven't read the manga, but I am caught up on the final season last part that they just came out with the special.
Yeah, Matthew.
Are you caught up on it? Not the manga, because I don't wanna ruin the manga
No, no,
yet.
no. No. Attack on Titan is like they have how many they got?
So they just had their part 3 of the final season, and it just
Oh,
came out, and it's an hour long, and I just watched it. That's and then now we're waiting on the actual final part, which is going to be
uh,
another hour. but yeah, so like they're almost it's finally almost done. We've been waiting so long.
Yeah. So Attack on Titan, I first saw because I was like the Smosh guys. We called. They were talking about Attack on Titan. I'm like, I gotta fucking watch this. And I watched it. And I'm in fucking love with the whole thing. I was like, nice. And then friends of mine pointed me out to One Piece.
Yep.
And One Piece, folks, if you don't know about One Piece has 1,500 fucking episodes. You know, like
It's
it's
almost
like
1,000. I don't know. Did they actually get past 1,000 finally?
I think they have like past 1,000 because I think they're like 28
Oh,
season.
there's 1,049. That's a weird number. They're almost to 1,050.
Yeah. So I just gave them like another fucking hundred, you know. But
Did you?
it's
Oh, sorry. Go on. Go on.
no. I was gonna say because I started watching it and I'm like, oh wow, this is probably gonna be like 12 episodes. No, there's fucking 48 fucking episodes of one season, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this is gonna take a long time. I haven't really got back into it yet. I gotta go because I was watching I was watching that Attack on Titan. I I'll give you the show, folks. You're gonna see the show on here because I got
Okay.
everything over here. I got I was watching One Punch Man.
So good.
That is fucking good. And also this one, which I was like Parasite.
That's one of my favorites.
This,
Yep.
oh my God, I was loving it. I love this one. And then Vash the Stampede,
Yep.
which they made a newer one. It's on
Yeah. Did you?
Crunchyroll.
The original voice actor is actually coming back for the dubbed, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
And also we call it my personal fucking favorite. I mean, all of them are my favorites. I love them all
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. But also there is Cowboy Bebop.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I honestly, not to be a hater, but I honestly couldn't get into it as much as I really wanted to. I love the vibes of it. I love the atmosphere, the whole concept of it. But
yeah.
for some reason, it just did not latch on.
Well, the cartoon, well, yeah, I know the cartoon one. We call it. It didn't like they had like 4 seasons, I think, of the cartoon. I think it was. Um,
They only had one season actually.
I don't
It
know.
just seemed like 4 seasons. Yeah, they only had like 20 some episodes,
Yeah,
if that.
and I was like, and I saw the live action one that was on Netflix.
Yeah, with John Cho.
Yeah, it see now I got a pet peeve, which I don't really know what the fucking
Right, right.
definition of the pet peeve would be, but my thing is that maybe I got ADHD. I don't know. But my thing is like whenever I watch somebody doing a remake or doing whatever for a show, like for a cartoon, you, all right, like for instance, they did X-Men, right? So you get the comic books, you read all the comic books, they put on X-Men, and they threw every motherfucker in there.
Yeah.
They just throw everybody in there, and I'm like, he doesn't come in until fucking 2027, and he's
Yeah.
in here in 1995 just hanging around. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? No. And then Wolverine, he doesn't wear like black fucking thing. He has the yellow and the fucking black. And
Yep.
what happened to fucking Omega Red? Well, anyway, so I'm going on with that. And then,
Yeah, you
then
want it
they
to be
had,
accurate. You want it to be
yeah,
like comically accurate. That like
yeah,
and I think a lot of people are starting to so I guess I'm going to use Marvel as a uh, example. So you see that they actually started it differently, right? Going off in the beginning. And then
yeah,
as they started doing the shows, they actually started doing comic book exact outfits and whatnot. And then everybody started loving it because they're like, dude, you can do it. And that's what we want. We want to see the comic accurate outfits. And so
exactly.
when they actually started doing it, it's like, oh, that's so awesome. It does work. But I think it took them 10 years to finally get to it because, they're so scared to make it look cheesy. And I think
Mhm.
they finally got past the point where we all will accept whatever they put on the screen,
Yeah.
except for Modoc. Everybody fucking hated him.
Oh my God, that was like so. I was like, why?
If he would have just kept his mask on, I think he honestly would have been okay.
Yeah, yeah. It just like it's like, oh, I'm just gonna do an everyday thing in life. And I'm like, no, he never did that. What the fuck? You know, he just floated
See, and
around and
I never
destroyed
saw the,
shit.
and like I never saw the movie, but I just like because I don't know. Everybody's kind of deterring me from it, so I'm waiting till it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
when I saw clips of Modoc, I saw the mask first, and all of a sudden he zips it up, and it's like, bro, he honestly could have just kept it on, and we would have been okay with Modoc. Then you would have been able to reveal him later instead of
Yeah.
forcing it on us in one movie to where it's like, bro, that CGI is not working for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like you could have saved that one in your belt. Like you could have saved that fucker in the chamber.
But they had a Cowboy Bebop when they had the live action, and me and my girlfriend were watching, and I'm like, and then she knows how I am. She goes, she's like, are you gonna like just pick the spots of what you don't like and what's going on? I'm like, I can't help it. I'm like, if they're not gonna go and do it, why am I gonna fucking watch it? And I'm watching this, and I'm like, they got everything fucking down. Like the guy, I forgot the fucking name, but they have like
Mike?
Space Cowboy himself. They got it's the great reenactment looking. It's right there. The girl, they have her down. The only difference they don't have is like her like in like scantily clad kind of like short shorts,
Yeah.
and all
They
that
kind
kind
of
of.
censored her. They kind of conservative her up a little
Yeah,
bit.
they can, did the conservative look and all that, which is fine. I understand that. Okay. But like facial features, hair, fucking spot on. Cho, we call it as like, spot on with the suit, the smoking, um, and Jed, spot on with the whole like different spots with the cybernetic hand and
Yeah.
arm and then even the Einstein, Einstein and Ed, towards the end, pretty much. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's like spot on shit. I'm like, nice. I'm like, that's like the one thing. I'm like, wow, I'm can't wait for a second season. It's not gonna have a second season. What the fuck? You know,
So you actually enjoyed that one.
yeah, I loved it. I loved
So I
watching.
Hey, I will say I wasn't a fan of like, I understand the whole love of everybody that likes the anime. I mean, I
Yeah,
really want to I want to watch it more to actually enjoy it more. But from not knowing too much about the anime compared
yeah,
to the show, I did enjoy the show for what it
yeah,
was. I was like, man, this is like actually like I like you were doing. I was comparing the characters to how they looked in the anime, and I was like, dude, they actually look spot on, and how they're acting is spot on, and the
yeah,
random like the crazy ass kung fu fights were in
yeah.
the anime, and it's like this is the anime. I thought it was actually pretty decent. Everybody was like, "It's so lame." Like what? But like, what the fuck? I actually enjoyed it too.
So, so your thing was like you didn't like Cowboy Bebop, as it is
Well, I don't
certain
like
thing.
to say I didn't like. I don't like to say I didn't like Cowboy Bebop because I did like it,
Yeah,
but I never understood the whole cult behind it.
yeah.
I guess
Okay, okay. Yeah,
because
yeah,
I understand it. I like it a lot, but I mean, it just seemed like a regular show to me. I guess,
yeah.
which I really wish I could understand why people loved it so much because I like it, but I want to understand the love, but
I
I
think
just never got it.
I think it's more like because it's like the outwardly like they go to different worlds, but it's like how we would go to like I'm getting out of the house. I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna go to like 7-Eleven. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go here, but then they get on a fucking spaceship, and then for them to go to a bar, they have to go to a different fucking planet to go to the bar,
yeah,
which is like seconds for them to go to. And then they come back or whatever, they get back on their big barge and they just space around and they're bounty hunters as it is.
yeah. I
So,
guess what kind
but
of threw me off was the fact that for them going to like other alien planets and whatnot, they never
yeah,
really ran into like aliens. So
yeah,
I was more thinking of like like a Mass Effect type bounty hunter style show.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
And but I it didn't get it. They went to like these seedy areas and that was it. But they never really ran into anything out there that was more like dangerous. It was all like, I'm hunting this guy. He's a
Yeah,
criminal. And I was like, that's cool. But every episode is the same thing. And I thought it was going to have a little bit more to it.
yeah. It's like,
But
but the
I still
one,
enjoy the characters though. The
oh yeah,
characters are the ones that make me watch. That's the whole reason I watched it.
yeah. That I love the whole thing about it. But one, uh, I love the anime of this one certain show, and it's called Ghost in the Shell. I don't
Yep.
know if you know anything about
I've
that.
heard of it. I haven't actually seen it though.
Okay, well, basically there is like cybernetic. They're like CIA agents, but they're called from MI6. So they have their own like grunt organization where they do stuff that regular people can't do it, but it's all part of like a cybernetic kind of like a Johnny Mnemonic kind of thing, you know,
Right. Yeah.
you know. So that like the cartoon, I mean the anime, fucking awesome. Love watching it. But then they made the live action, which to me I fucking hate. And I say this softly because I know there's a lot of people that love the movie because Scarlett Johansson's in the movie. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
okay, you got that down. You got it down. Like the tits and ass, yes, you got that down because that's where it was in the anime. The
Yeah.
sergeant or lieutenant, I think, she would just walk around like naked half the time.
Yeah. It was
You
just
know,
like a not even a bodysuit. It was just that was her body, right? With like the lines and shit.
yeah, she has
Like
like
the
the brain
energy.
stem and she has all that, but then the body was something different. It's not
Right.
really her body, but it's an awesome body to look at when you're watching anime. Yeah,
Yeah.
but but then you see Scarlett Johansson, like she had the body for doing,
But
like
she
that.
doesn't have anything else about the character or anything, right?
No, it's just like eh, I don't know. It was just like stagnant. I mean, because I watched it in the movie theaters, and I even fell asleep on it. And like that, especially they had this one part where it's like a light show kind of thing, where I think she was in a building. There was like this light show thing, and I felt myself just like getting transported into a tube, like I was being born or something, at a uterus, and
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, and here's the light. I'm like, oh, these fucking people, and like that. It's like they just took me through birth, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. That's what it seemed like to me. And I
Right.
just fell asleep through the whole fucking like that part actually. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? It's like you fell asleep for like 45 fucking minutes. And I'm like, ah, anything good? Not really. And I'm like, okay, you know. And that was it. But I love the anime. I watch it like every time it comes on. I'm like, yes, nice.
You
But
ever seen Tokyo Ghoul?
Tokyo, what?
Ghoul?
I've heard of it. I don't
Now
think I
that
ever.
one, the first season I would say is great. The second season is not canon apparently. It was just the animation company doing it. And then the third one is actual canon. But I like to think none of it's canon except for the first season. Really
Tokyo,
good though. I like the concept.
that Tokyo Drift, Tokyo Cool. Tokyo Drift is really fucking good too.
Tokyo Drift.
Yeah. Hi, hello. Ding, 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 ding. The dancing, and then all of a sudden, here's Vin Diesel. Oh, we call it. So the books I showed you, those were from oh my fucking favorite fucking Barnes and Noble.
Okay, yeah, I love that place.
There's one that's near us. We call it that is like made it like really fucking great. Like they got games, they got uh like they got Legos. They're selling Legos games. They got manga series of all different shit. So like the Tokyo Go, that's why I remember it because I've seen it in there, and I
Right.
was like intrigued. I was like, oh man, I should get into this soon. And
You
but
should.
yeah, I don't know. Definitely, I am. I think like after this, because I don't know what. I think my girlfriend's going to go to sleep or something because she's been doing like putting shit together, and she had like half a day of work,
Yeah.
and she
Another one you should get into. Have
yes.
you heard of solo leveling?
No, I don't think I have.
Now that one will. Okay, so solo leveling and Chainsaw Man.
I've heard of Chainsaw Man. I've seen the book.
Both of those. Chainsaw Man got me so addicted I kept buying the volumes on my phone. I was just like, buy, 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 buy. As like it's so fucking good. And I'm caught up and I'm still waiting on them to fucking release some now. But solo leveling is where this guy levels up in a world where everybody's like hunters, but he's the one that actually levels up like a video game, but he's actually in the real world.
Ah, ooh,
So
excuse me.
it's like so then he actually becomes like he's actually the worst hunter ever. And like in the start, of course, they always are. But then he somehow gets this power to where he can actually level up like a RPG
Okay.
and his and so he just becomes overpowered. And then he can like do so much shit that it's just like, when the fuck is this bro the dude gonna stop? Because like his limit is like not even known.
It's
It's
like
so awesome.
it sounds like Hardcore Henry.
Oh yeah,
The movie Hardcore Henry. He's like,
yeah,
you are gonna do this. Oh, hey, we're back. The same guy is like, from District 9, he's like, it's like,
yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? It's like, am I tripping? I'm like, holy
He was
shit.
just killing all these motherfuckers.
No, he's killing them, but then that same guy that he has to meet, he meets the one guy, and then he's like a different character, like in different scenes. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
you're supposed to meet me here, and then like, and he has like a huge beard, and I'm like, wait, am I smoking weed? I'm like, what the fuck's going on? You know,
Who are these characters?
you know, why are you looking at me like that? See, folks, I don't know what's going on. I think I seen him move. No, but I
He
put a
did
smile
actually a
on
little bit.
to and just a little bit. Yeah. It's like that movie FX, with the guy, just coming at you. Folks are like, what the hell are these movies he's talking about? We never heard these. Like fucking millennials, I tell you.
That's why we listen so we can hear it and learn it.
Yeah, you know, I like the
Because
fact
I
we,
am a millennial. I'm a millennial and I'm learning all these movies with this guy. So
I,
hey,
I,
if I can learn, you too.
I'm not trying to make fun of millennials. I just like to say the word millennials because everybody else has been saying it,
That's
but
fine.
and then some people will be like, oh, they don't know how to do a phone. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, the rotary phone, and that's the funniest shit. Yeah, to watch. Like the one girl, they had this one girl, um, and then one girl puts like a phone in front of this other girl, and all of a sudden after she's like, okay, um, there you go. She goes, well, what's this? It's like it's a phone, and she was like, well, wh where's the button to turn it on? It's on. There's a wire that goes right to the wall. And they explain this whole thing, and she has no fucking clue. It's like, and then she looks at the rotary thing, and then she's just pressing the button, going like this, like she's just pressing like six, six, and it's like
Yeah.
it, it's not doing anything. No, you act like
She's not even doing the whole like gotta
yeah,
do
she's
the
not
turn.
even doing this. She's just pressing through the hole. You know, I'm like, really?
See, even I knew that. I mean,
Yeah.
I've watched enough sitcoms to know that this is.
Oh,
I've learned plenty.
and, and folks, we caught, my friend here does like, like the drinks. When I don't really drink, but I'm using the drinking glass game. So
Oh
the
shit!
drink the drinking game glass. So it has your nickels, go fishing, the sentence, uh, Thumper. Shit, I need fucking glasses. Double Six, which I've seen that one. I done that thing. I played that
So
game.
are you supposed to play the games on the glass, or are they just on there?
No, they're on it, and it tells you about it. So that's why I need my glasses. Where the fuck are they? Ah, shit. Folks, you know that I'm getting old because I'll be 50 in August, and
Dang.
yeah, damn, and my eyes are fucking going. But I'm dapper as fucking hell. Yeah, but so, and I got Frankenstein in the corner, just like looking at me. Hey, I got your hat right here. Fuck you. Get scared. You know, stop scaring me. No, I don't get scared. But that's no thing. We're gonna get into. I know that we're getting into a little bit more time as it is, but horror movies. Are you a fan of horror movies?
I love horror movies. The way that the sex just happens in them.
The what?
I said I love horror movies. The way that sex just happens in them.
Oh yeah, they always do. And then they get killed in the process of having sex.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, that is a long lost tradition that needs
Sex,
to come back, I think.
sex.
Yes. Yeah, in movies, in the horror movies, because
Oh yeah, definitely that
they
too.
don't
Yeah.
they don't show the titties anymore. They're just like, hey, you're gonna die, and then they just die.
Especially, especially when you got like the girls, like, hi, we like to smoke pot and have premarital sex. You know,
Oh yeah.
and especially when he's getting beat up by Jason. See, now I had an epiphany of I just used epiphany. I don't even know what the fuck it means anyway. But I had an epiphany about a movie. Now you had Jason versus Freddy, right? So and there's a fan movie of Jason versus Michael Myers, which I would love to see that fucking fan movie. I want to see that. I want to see how that goes.
They're like the
Um,
same person, kind of. That'd be awesome.
yeah, but the only thing is now this is my theory about Michael Myers. This is my theory about. So now you seen all right, what movies have you seen and what you haven't seen? Like you've
Are you
seen
talking about?
Friday the 13th,
Yeah.
Halloween, right?
Yep.
Nightmare on Elm Street,
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I hate to say it, but the Scream movies, you
Okay.
know,
First off, I had a feeling you're gonna bring it up. I'm excited to see the new one.
no,
So
I am too, yeah,
I can't lie, bro.
because Wednesday is going to be in it, and I fuck yeah, love
Fuck
that,
yeah.
fuck yeah, and I love that girl, man, because she's so fucking cute, you know.
Yeah.
If I can get
Just
her on the show, I probably won't get anything done on the show. I'll be like just googling, like, so
as long as you're listening, right?
yeah, I'm like, huh? What'd you say? Oh, yeah. No, no, I wouldn't do that, folks. No, I'll be professional about it, like I am here. You know,
Yeah, because he's holding himself right now. He's restraining himself with me right now. So I mean, he's very professional.
this microphone is gonna get no. So, there's a
He's
man
about to
with a
open that
beard.
mouth.
Yeah, a man that looks like Jack Black. No, no, but no. So, yeah, horror movies. So I had this epiphany about a horror movie that had like every horror icon in a movie. I mean, it might be overkill, but that's
Like a
what
Royal Rumble.
basically. But this way I see it. They do a part two, right? They'll do a part two of Freddy versus Jason because fucking
Yeah.
Freddy's coming back because he sees the head and he's like, he's ready to come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they continue that whole thing. They're fighting and they're fighting over by Crystal Lake, but then nobody didn't know that Crystal Lake is near Hattonfield. you know. So they fight, and they get into Haddonfield, and now now they're getting into it with Michael Myers. So there's like a three-way fucking dance, and they're going on this whole thing. Then all of a sudden after they do this whole fighting, and then while they're doing this, fucking Leatherface is doing some kind of chopping down the street,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
like the
yeah.
border of Texas, you
Right.
know. So then they're
In the
doing it.
in the movie, you can make them all literally connect.
Yeah,
So
they all go on, and then you got Predator. Predator is like in outer
no,
space,
he'll be in the
and
third one, dude. He's too crazy. He got to be in the third one.
yeah, no, no, but the
He,
Predator goes against like Alien, and they come down in a ball of like of like an asteroid coming
yeah, it
down.
looks like a meteor or some shit.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looked like a meteor, and then they still find. Then they go on to the whole thing. And here's the funniest shit. And then here's Chucky trying to get into the whole fucking thing. And all they kept on doing was kicking him because it's a fucking doll. They're like, fuck you,
Yeah.
get out of here. You're not even going to do any damage to me. The only thing you can be able to damage is the leprechaun in Leprechaun.
Right.
No,
Yeah, and Megan.
oh, yeah, but I never
Megan
even
has
seen her
entered
yet.
the she has entered the battle.
Oh, boy. Oh, well. Doing that dance, you know. And then folks, you're not gonna see that ever again. I won't be able to. I did it. I
Get thrown
did.
on his back.
I can't even dance. I try. Let's put it this way. I went to this Spanish club years back when I was working at this bakery area, and we were doing a Christmas party, and everybody wanted to go do this after hours party. Real quick, we went down to this thing. I had this overcoat, all Spanish. I'm the only white guy in there. They let me in for free. And I'm like,
Hell yeah.
the hell is this about? And I didn't know anything about it. My friend Ralph was like, he's like, no, I'm gonna find this out. And he went, and I went up to the bar to get some drinks and all that. People partied like the Red Sea, and like I was like Moses, I just like went in there, and I got drinks and they were like, what the hell? I was like, I'm gonna go find this out. Then they found out that he's like, it's like, yeah, they thought you were a cop, so they let you in for free, and then they let you get the stuff first, and then because you know,
Everybody fucking did party.
yeah, everybody just went like that, and I'm like, holy shit. So then I started dancing. There's this older woman, uh, Spanish descent, um, and she's like, "Would you want to dance?" And I'm like, yeah, okay. Now I'm like fucking tipsy as all fucking hell, and I'm like going in
Yeah.
there dancing and whatever, and then my foot, and I got a size fucking, well, at the time I think I had size 11 or 12 fucking shoe, and all trying to do the dancing, and all of a sudden, you know both my feet like stepped on her feet, and she goes, okay, let's go sit back down, and that's the
Yeah.
last time I fucking do regular fucking dancing, never, never again. So I try to do the dancing, and I'm like, no, no, no. I mean, slow dancing I'll do, no problem. But anyway, so now we're getting back to the movie thing, and then everybody's like in a battle royal kind of like bout, you know, and then all of a sudden everybody's fighting, and there's a rift that cuts through the plane, and all of them. Uh-oh, what happened?
Oh,
Hello.
there he is.
We almost lost him, folks. We almost lost him. He came back. You know, it's like supernatural. Now he's frozen. He's on there somewhere. Let me see if I can text him. Well, folks, we might have to cut this out here. Hold on one second.
Okay,
Oh,
I switched my tablet to my data. Hopefully that'll fix this.
all right, cool, no problem. I tried to buy some time. By the time you got here, I was like, oh, yep, yep, and he's frozen in time. Yeah,
Yeah, you froze too. I was like, I didn't get to hear the rest of the story. I was like, damn it, what's he saying?
no, because the battle royal, that they're going on, they're fighting each other, they're doing this, even Leprechaun gets in the whole shit, and then they get tossed around, Chucky gets kicked, Leprechaun gets kicked. He's like, ah, oh, fuck this, let's go drink, and then they go and drink, and then there's a rift in the plane of existence. It cuts right down, and that light, it's like goes like that, and they all stop, and they all look at this light, and then Freddy just looks and he goes, "What the fuck's going on here?" You know, and then there's Pinhead and the fucking Cenobites.
Oh shit.
And they're all like, he'll say his phrase or whatever. It's like we died in hell. You know. It's like, oh, fuck you. Continue.
So him and Spawn, right? Spawn would be a bad guy too, or no? Is he not a
No,
serial
I think
killer?
he's more
He's more
Spawn.
of like a
Actually, the
like a
clown, I
actual.
think the clown would be in there.
Okay.
The Vindicator would be in there. But yeah, that'd be funny. We call you get like every kind of horror, even Vic Crowley, the Hatchet, you know, he
And
would be.
Saw the puppet,
Yeah, but
because
then the old
so
guy. Well, no, not the old guy. The old guy's dead.
how it starts is the first movie. You got Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah.
Then the second movie, it's kind of like the Expendables universe, where each one just started adding on people, and then all of a sudden the third one will just be a monster mash of people, and then all of a sudden the fourth one we're gonna just start bringing in like fucking King Kong and Godzilla.
Like all of a sudden they're just fighting, and then you hear Godzilla fucking freaking. You're
Then they all gotta beat it, and then that's they all end up teaming up in the fourth movie.
like, and fucking Chucky's just going, ah, fuck this. Yeah, I'm out of here. Come on, Leprechaun.
No,
Yeah.
no, Chucky is the one that gets the killing blow.
Well, how's that? He's gonna stab
Somehow.
Godzilla in the nuts?
Somehow. Hey, I don't make movies. I'm just saying I would want to see Chucky be the winner out of all that. We'll see. Like Chucky was the lowly over here, like getting kicked around in the beginning. All of a sudden
Yeah.
he ends up saving everybody in the fourth movie. That's a character development right there. That's an arc. And then
It's
Megan's
like
dancing on him like, oh.
it's like there you go, the Megan dance. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Yeah,
Megan's
Meg,
dancing on his body.
it's Megan, Chucky, and the fucking Leprechaun just fucking dancing.
Yeah, they all team up on him, but then Chucky has to get the last kill.
Fucking Warwick. Yeah, Warwick is on there. Fucking dancing the sword.
They got Scream randomly coming in. Yeah, just
But all of a sudden, I think about Godzilla and all that, and then the commercial that for Taco Bell fucking comes up on me. You know, it had that little Chihuahua, but then the Chihuahua is fucking Chucky. Goes, "We need a bigger box." You we make Godzilla. Oh, this is gonna be an outrageous. Um, and Chihuahua. She.
Hold on, I gotta take a quick bathroom break.
All right, folks. He's gonna be draining the main vein. He's going to, when you go and drain the main vein. I'm not telling you how, but if you ever gone to like a baseball game or wrestling, or you go into like any kind of sports arena, there's gonna be a long ass fucking line, and they are just gonna be like, okay, let me go to this trough and fucking pee until I pass out. And then you're all done, and then you got to like wash your hands, and there's no towels. Now with COVID, everybody has towels. Towels here, towels there, hair dryer here, hair dryer there. Hair, make, get that splash of like, to make sure your hands are all like antiseptic and everything else. But now when you have a bathroom in your own house and you go in there or your apartment, and just no problem. Just gonna go and pee my brains out because I drank a whole bunch of beer and some cool fucking beer too. Yeah, I miss those. I don't really miss those days, folks. I go and I used to drink like just the basic, like Bud Light, get like a 24 pack, or get a 12 pack actually. Try to finish the whole 12 pack before it was like 3 in the morning. And then, but when I lived in Pennsylvania, oh, they had a 24 case of Lion's Head beer. I would I would try to beat the night. You know, I get it at like 8 o'clock at night, bring it home, crack it open. You know, that first one's like, oh, oh, okay. You know, then you start down in the oven. Get down in the oven. All right, great. I'm up to 15. So, but we'll
All
talk.
right, what's up, dude? Woo,
What's up? I was just talking to the people about, how to piss in your own house and how to, when you go to like
the
venues,
best.
you're not, yeah, you can piss in your own house. You don't have to worry about lines and troughs and people falling down from passing out from
Yeah,
peeing.
those like troughs are weird. If if I'm gonna, I mean, I guess they're cheap. If you're gonna have them at like a stadium or some shit, it's like easy
Yeah.
way out. Just put some ice in the bitch. But
Yeah, that's what I was telling them. I was like, oh, you go to like a baseball game, you go to wrestling, you go to like hockey, you go whatever. Which I never really been to a hockey game. I never been to one. I wish I
right,
could, but I think the whole aspect of getting hit by a fucking hockey puck fucking scares the fuck out of me. I think that's the whole reason. My girlfriend's a
there's
fan
a
of it.
glass though in there.
Huh?
Would there be glass?
Yeah, but sometimes it when they shoot it, like say if you get like the upstairs fucking seats, usually they'll cut that fucking thing like right past it, and somebody will get hit, you know. And it's seeing it happen. And sometimes,
Yeah,
it's not like watching Mighty Ducks,
yeah,
you're like, oh no, it's gonna happen. It's Disney, whatever,
yeah.
you know.
I'm not much
But
of a sports guy, so but I've never thought of that. Usually,
yeah,
whenever I see people, they're always like right behind the glass. You know what I mean? So it's like I
yeah,
don't
but
think
if
about
you're
the people that are out there. But yeah, I get it.
you're your first row, second and third or whatever, and then you get the thing like right here, from what I understand. You have it like right there. But then you go up like this, and then somebody can hit it, and then it'll go and then really get somebody like really good,
You can
like that.
sue them by then, right?
Huh?
You can sue them at that point.
No, but people that go to hockey games, they know what to expect, so they're not going to go and sue. It's like, oh well, I gotta have free fucking puck, but
But
it's in my house.
I
Yeah.
don't, yeah, I don't go to the game. So then I can be one of the guys that's like, damn, I didn't know what to expect. So I'm suing your ass.
Nah, it's like I would take
Even though
your.
you told me this, I'm gonna make sure that I delete anything that we just said about that. So then it's like I never even knew about.
Hey,
All of a sudden I'll be like, Cat Two Squid, he said he knew, but he said he didn't. I'm like, oh fuck.
I don't know shit. Yeah, I know certain things. I know wrestling. I know wrestling. Love wrestling. Love watching it. I've been watching it since I was like 6 years old. And actually, which is funny, my dad would let me watch wrestling, but then like you were talking about that somebody wouldn't they wouldn't let you watch like MTV. You
Yeah.
know, my dad would not let me watch MTV because I'm like, Dad, it's music, it's videos. It's like, wow, no, it's stupid, stupid shit. Even now, my dad's like 85, I think, and he'll be like, because I showed him like some kind of comedian. He goes, that's not comedy. What the hell's wrong with you? That's not. I'm like, yeah, yeah. My dad sounds like Sean Connery. No, no. He's like, oh, flying blind on a rock. I was like, oh, yeah. Actually, that was a scene from Flash Gordon, folks. A long, long time ago.
Yeah,
That's when.
usually with wrestling, I watch pay-per-views usually with my brother.
Yeah.
But I don't usually check out the weekly shows. I tried to for a little bit, me and my fiance, because I wanted her to kind of get into wrestling with me, and I was like, "Hey, that'd be a cool tradition to do. Every week we watch wrestling
Oh yeah.
together."
But
But
which ones do you watch?
she works totally different hours than me. Like so when she's off, it's like, nah, we're not watching it. So, but I
Because
usually try to catch pay-per-views when I can because they're on there.
I got this one right here. So, folks, if you see this on YouTube, and please follow. I know you where you live. No, I'm just kidding. He does. He knows where you live. Anyway, so this is the Undertaker.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah. So I saw this. I'm like, I gotta get it because we call it. I'm an Undertaker fan. And believe me, I had my hair like so long and I dyed it black
Yeah.
and I actually have like the hair on this guy right here. I used that and I had the top hat and my overcoat, which is on that door. You know,
So I
so
didn't even realize he had hair on until you said that.
yeah, yeah, it's like in the back part of it. So it's a actually the face itself. And for people that's watching the video, you probably know from just looking at it, it's the mask from uh House of a Thousand Corpses. So
Okay.
so I don't know if you've ever seen the movie. Have you seen the movie of House
I've
of a
seen the
Thousand?
movie, but it was like a long ass time ago.
All right, well, so Captain Howdy, oh Captain Spaulding, sorry, that's a whole different thing. Captain Howdy was a sister song. Um, Captain Spaulding, has like the whole thing, and but he had some helpers and all that. One of them wore this mask, and when I saw the size of the mask that the guy had, I was like, I want to get that. And I looked it up, looked it up, looked it up, and I found a place that was selling it, and I thought it was the size, and it was actually that small size.
Um,
So I'm like, fuck. But I use this one whenever I get a chance to do like TikTok videos of anything that's like weird shit, So if I find like somebody dressed like all in black and they have like black paint, like white face paint and all looking like a like a demonic person and all that, I try to do a duet thing and where it is. I'm like, you know, do like some
the
kind of
naked
dance or
dance.
yeah, or not dance, but just
Yeah.
wiggling so my
What's
belly.
he? Is he actually on a mannequin?
It's actually it's Frank, like I said, it's Frankenstein. Um, and he is on a platform. So the platform itself, when you want to like say store them like in a closet or a garage,
Yeah.
you can there's a button in the back and you can shrink them down to a Chucky fucking size. Yeah, which is fucking weird as shit when you and there is a story. Actually, there's a story about Frankie that we that he got somebody fired actually. Yeah. And
Dang.
yeah, it's really funny. It was so, but anyway, so Frankie, there's a Frankenstein, and the people that follow and watch the show and listen and all that, they know who Frankie is. Frankie's like an actual Frankenstein. Um, so I put the mask on him because I needed somewhere to put it. So I put the mask on, put the hair on, put a scarf around him. He actually has the working not bib, but the working smock of Texas Chainsaw Massacre on.
Oh, okay.
So look, it's a little show like that. Oh my god, I got aching bones. All right, well this is my hat. So all right, so you look at it, yeah, Texas
Oh,
Chainsaw,
yeah. Okay.
with the blood splatter and everything.
Yeah. Nice.
So then I got this more like the devil kind of thing from Loot Crate. So this is the
Nice.
scarf or whatever. And he has like, and then if you, well, I don't know if you can see it, but it does say Frank and Stein. So it has like Frank, and this is the initial for his middle name, and Stein is the last name.
That's awesome.
So I actually got him from a flea market that my friends were working at. And they're working in the flea market. They had a spot, went down there. There was another person and I think it was like a mutual partnership, and then it was like a woman and a guy, and they were selling all these horror, Halloween decoration, like old style, like um, books, what have you. Anything that had to
Yeah.
do about Halloween, they had it. And so they had Frankie, but he wore a World War II gas mask that would go on the shoulder. It had the mask attached to a shoulder apparatus on him.
Yeah.
And I thought it was fucking cool. But I didn't know he was a Frankenstein until they took the mask off. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I shrunk him down to like a chunky fucking size. I was carrying him around and I'm like, all right, we're gonna put him in the car. Come on, Frankie. Okay, let's go. And then I go and put him in the car, like in the back seat. But I was at that time, the flea market wanted somebody to help make a walk through horror thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I did this whole thing. I put like black bags down and strobe light scenery kind of thing. I did grab like the old style the old style like for like drinks and all that, like you go to like like we were talking about the sports venues,
Yeah.
and they got like all the ice box things with the sodas and everything else. So I see this thing and I'm like, I want to do the same thing like Resident Evil. you know they had the thing where they have all the bodies in there and it's like a smoke machine in there, make it look like it's cold. Eyes are like glowing in the background.
Yeah.
Put everything in there. I had this whole thing decked out. So I had to take everything down, and I, I actually had a zombie baby, and I had Frankie. And Frankie I had in the back seat. And I was driving. I'm like, I'm getting hungry. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I'm gonna have Burger King. That's what I'm gonna go. Stopped at Burger King, went to the drive-through, ordered my shit, went over there to the drive-through. The guy's like, "Yeah, all right, here's your food." And he had fucking attitude on. And it's like, you know, told me how much it was. I gave him like the card. He goes, "Oh, you got to use the card. I hate using the fucking card." He's just like going on and on. And then all of a sudden, there's Frankie just sitting there like that. And his hand is sticking out like this. So, and I'm like, I have no room to put the bag or whatever. It's like, can you give it to Frankie? And all of a sudden he goes, "Who's Frankie?" And I'm like, "Well, he's sitting in the back." It's like, and all of a sudden after he sees it, he goes, "What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. You're not allowed to come to Burger King ever again. You're banned." And he's saying I'm banned from it. And I'm like, "Fuck are you?" I'm like, "Fuck you. I don't want to go to this fucking place ever again." So, and Burger King, if you're listening, I love Burger King. This is the funniest shit because then the manager comes out, dying fucking laughing. He's laughing hysterical, like he's rolling on the ground laughing, basically. And he goes, "You're not banned." Besides, he's fucking fired. And they fired him because the guy was having an attitude with every fucking person
Yeah.
that hold on. Okay, thank you. No, it just reminded me I had to take my medicine later on. So but then they no, so he got fired because of he was having an attitude with all the because he didn't want to do overnights,
Yeah.
and he got drafted doing overnights, and he didn't want to fucking quit, but he's just taking out on every person that does drive through.
Right.
So I'm like, I understand it, but I'm like, you didn't really have to fire him. It's like he's been an asshole the whole fucking 8 weeks. Everybody fucking hate him. They're ready to fucking kill him on the spot. And I'm like, all right, there you go, Frankie. You
And
did it.
Frankie threw him overboard.
Yeah, you lost another one. Anyway, no, but then I had the zombie baby, and I went to Taco Bell, which honestly I think I'm gonna go Taco Bell tonight. Um, and I had the zombie baby like in the passenger seat. Now I didn't put no seatbelt on him. He's just sitting there. But my hand was like right, like this, like
Yeah.
like where your the shift knob is, right? And so I kind of you can move them a little bit. So I get up to the thing, and all of a sudden the girl behind it, which I felt so bad, the girl behind the counter was like, "So what's that?" I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" It's like, "What's in the passenger seat?" And I'm like, "Oh no, that's a zombie baby. I got it at the the Halloween store." And all of a sudden she's like, so terrified. And then I moved them. I moved them just a little bit. She goes, holy shit, it fucking moved. It fucking moved. She goes, oh, Juan, I don't want to be here. Yep. Actually, you know what? Here, take the fucking food. Go. And just like gave me the food and just said, go. And I was I'm like, holy shit, I got free
At
fucking
least she
time.
didn't ban you.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh no, but that guy, he didn't ban me. I go to that Burger King all the time
Yeah.
after that. So
Yeah.
it was fun shit. But yeah. But as it is, we are getting towards like the 9 o'clock hour of the whole thing. Is yeah, I think we did like about maybe an hour and a half.
Okay.
So, but tell everybody where they can find you and your cohorts of your show or
All
podcast.
right. So, Drunk with Buds podcast. We try new beers with some friends while having discussions you would have normally at a bar. I am Honer. I make all our stupid ass videos that I do. I am the social media guy for Drunk with Buds podcast. If you're talking to us, you're usually talking to me. I don't let anybody else handle the social media because they will ruin it. So I like to make sure that I have a control of it and they can control other things.
Yeah.
You can find us anywhere that you have podcasts. We're literally anywhere, except for YouTube because we don't have video yet. But hopefully, with this new studio, that we might come into some type of video format, which would be great. But yeah, we're anywhere. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Drunk with Buds podcast, and we are there. So go ahead and follow us. And we also have a Discord. If you guys want to be in that, go ahead and let us know. We usually share it from time to time, but if you would like to personally like message us and say, "Hey, I want to be in the Discord," we'll invite you.
And when they do get that video thing up there, I want to be the first one to go on there.
Damn
So
right.
if we go on there,
Tattoo
if
twig.
it has to be on a Sunday, I will chance it. You
Yes,
know,
you will
uh,
tattoo.
yeah, I'll take a sick day. I'll take a personal, a PTO, whatever. You
Hell
know,
yeah, dude. It'd be awesome.
you know, and then see. Oh, but isn't there a review thing that you were gonna do so they can see what you do?
Oh, do we have time for it?
Yeah, go ahead. We could do that.
Okay. Well, so this is one that we did already on a past episode. It usually takes a little bit, but I'll read a couple of the reviews for you guys. Um, so our show, we've had breweries, distilleries, wineries, comedians, social media influencers, TikTokers, authors, and everybody that you can even fucking picture. We want anybody on our show. We like to promote you guys. If you're a fun time, we like to have you on. And hey, tattoo. And the only thing is we drink. So I know with you, you would have to be we would be soberly talking to you. Well,
Nah,
we
nah,
wouldn't be.
we could just drink or whatever. I'm gonna make it look like
Yeah,
I'm drinking
we'll be drinking, but yeah. Usually we drink with our guests, but we'll make an exception with you. And so I'm going to go ahead with dive bar reviews. I usually do this every episode. And this is where I just read dive bar reviews, where I read 1 through 5 star reviews for dive bars I'll probably never visit. All right, let's do this thing. Today we're digitally visiting the livery or the livery stable in Charlottesville, Virginia. Anybody been there?
no.
Me neither. My brother went. So
Ah,
let's see if anybody agrees with us for not going. Jess Armstrong with a 1 star says, I hate this bar. It's the worst. And I have a weird suspicion that the bartenders roof your drinks.
ooh, sounds like a Reddit fucking thing.
It sounds like a dive bar to me. If you're not fucking risking your life to go, are you even at a dive bar? Hey,
Ay,
you said you used to drink, right?
yeah.
So what were the dive bars back in your day when you were drinking?
Well, they if I can remember what they look like at the time, because I mean, my bar, I love dark, dingy bars. I like, the whole you can be able to you go in there, you can talk to people, and it's like so dark that they don't really know who you look like,
Yeah.
you know. But then you go to like
Everybody's
bars.
friendlier in the dark, though. I've
Yeah,
noticed.
oh yeah, no, definitely. That's where I met my wife. We went to like, it's like a restaurant bar, very dark and like not dingy, but it's like nice atmosphere kind of thing. And that's how we met, and we did that whole thing. We had dinner there. We go to parties. We had our own birthdays there, like every year, and it was great. But I go to like any kind of like dingy kind of like place, and it's like, we go like playing pool, and you don't see places like that anymore. You know,
So do you still go to those kind of dive bars even though you don't drink? I know,
I mean, unless somebody says, "Oh, we're going to be down there," then I'll go down there. And like, I have a friend of mine that's a bartender, and he bartends at like this one place that I used to go to when I used to go to his bar, and we used to go
Yeah.
to different bars and playing pool against other teams. And I forgot what the name of it is now, but um, I went down there a couple of times, and he would call me. Actually, he would nickname me ET. You know,
Oh
so I
yeah.
I had a nickname, and there was another guy that had a nickname, and there was a bar that we went to, well, I went to. It was called Garfield's, and Garfield's, as you know, is the cat, a cartoon. So they had Garfield, which is like the best, dingiest fucking bar ever. It's like my second home. Like I have a home, but if I needed to go to my second home, I would go to the bar. I would stay
Right.
there like 12 in the afternoon until
Yeah.
like 4 o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning.
that's where like it was like your cheers.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like I felt like I was like I wasn't the mailman. I was no I was Norm, you know, but they
Yeah,
would
yeah.
call me ET, yeah.
No.
Yeah. But but my bartender friend Pat, he would call me ET because at that time I was very fucking skinny. So they look at my neck, face, ET, stuck for years. So every time and there was two Andres actually. So my real name is Andre. So, and I hate to bring that up, but this is why I had to tell the story because there's two Andres, and they couldn't have it on like say a pool plaque or a dart game and all that. It would be confusing. So they used
Yeah.
my nickname ET. My nickname was a lot better than the other guy, and his was called Gary the Gay. So, and they had plaques and everything else, and it had that name. Which there's
Yeah.
no, and I say this, and I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm not saying gay people are weird or anything. I'm like, I have friends that are gay and everything else. But back then, when you're going to those bars, like I was at like 21 years old, somewhat, and it was like 1992 or
Yeah.
something like that, or
That's
1993.
when I was born.
Oh, wow, now I am old. Anyway, so, but like 93 or something like that, and then you're going in there, and when you're talking about gay people, you know, it wasn't something that's like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. It's like more, it wasn't politically correct. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so it wasn't politically correct. So you could say what you want to say, and it's not like, oh, whatever.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
So now it's like, yeah, that's why I don't want to say it like that, but that's how it was perceived.
Yeah, it
Uh,
was a nickname back then,
it was a
so it's
nickname.
nothing to get. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we kind of stumble over this kind of stuff on our show too,
yeah,
like when we're trying to say the pronouns correctly, and we always fuck it up. I mean,
yeah.
we're all just trying to do our best,
We're
man, to kind
human.
of
We're
go
human
with
about it.
your what to do with whatever you guys got going on. We're trying to conform to it too a little bit, but
Yeah.
whatever. So I'll say next up we have Michael Evans with a 2 star says always a fight, ready to start up outside. Always.
Hmm.
Do you like to fight?
You know, I'll fight if I have to. Um, I've broken up fights. I haven't, again, going to the dive bars, whatever, the same one, the
Yeah.
family one that I would go to. usually,
Right.
alcohol gets, and you know this for a fact, and then there he goes, like pouring the alcohol into the stein, you know, but you know, so
Into the
and
stein.
this stein,
It's
it
that
has like a little,
stein.
it has a stein, it has a little bit stein. He's got
You
a
got a
stein.
stein, I got a stein.
He's got a stein on his jacket. Anyway, so, but I would break up the fights. I'm like this, but I never really got into. I never start one. I never, but I always help friends not to, get into like major fights.
Right.
That,
You're
you
a
know, I,
pacifist, but if somebody crossed you, you would definitely pass a fist in their face.
if they came to it, because everybody gets like drunken, like I want to fight somebody, and then you just
I
go,
actually have never. I mean, I get a little cocky when my cousins around because I know they
yeah,
will fight.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, I want to fight. They're like, no, you don't. I was like, bro, I want to fight. They're like, no, you don't. And I'm like, okay,
You,
I
you just
don't.
you're just gonna get punched in the face and you're gonna fall
Yeah,
down.
they're like, we're gonna have to actually fight, not you. It's like, all right, because
No,
that's
blue
exactly
collar
how they
fighting,
feel.
you just sit there and look pretty. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 All right. So next up, we got Bridget Miller, 5 star, says, spent 2 days in Charlotte moving my friend here. We chose the livery stable for a Monday night drink and meet the locals. Between 7 p.m. and midnight, we saw many demographics at this bar: people of color, college students, after work beer grabbers, and the nonstop 90s. Loving bartender who'd served drinks and food for over 25 people solo in an 80% packed bar. Impressive.
You'd be great at radio commercials. I think I heard you in a couple of radio commercials already. And I'm like, wait a minute, I heard this guy before, but he lives in a different state.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was me. I said, I buy all these houses, low income houses.
he's the one that
Next up,
sold me that. He's the one that sold me the house.
that was me, man.
I
All
didn't know he
right,
was
we got
back.
we got two more for you.
Ah,
Just a
yes.
little taste of what you guys. So every episode, I do usually try to do this. Different places. I've already done this on an episode, but I just want to give you guys a little taste of
Yeah.
what I do. This is my segment, and also, I forgot to mention I do a drunk with Honer, which is just solely me and a friend. It's never me and my co-host because it'd be drunk with Bud still. So I try to, and then those ones are kind of like how you do off the cuff. I
Yeah.
do it where I have things planned already, but I think they'd be weird as fuck to talk about. But then we usually venture off. Like we've talked about, like meeting yourself in different alternate universes. We've talked about what is reality. We've talked about like uh Chat GPT, if you know about that, AI takeovers. We talk about whatever. So
Yeah.
I think I might have to have you on there for a joke with a Honer because me and you kind of vibe on the same wavelength. So like I feel like we would go very well on that.
I feel the
Um,
same way. Yes.
yeah, I think we definitely really do a good episode with that, Drunk with Honer. So
We
I'll have
we're,
to
we're
keep
we're
you in
actually
mind.
brothers. We didn't know about it. Yeah.
Oh my god. In another universe, another
Yeah, yeah,
timeline.
no, you were.
I thought you looked like my dad.
I think
All
I
right.
am.
So
No.
Gabriel with a 5 star says, this place is pretty unique in that it is a tight little basement, bar jammed, packed with friends. Every time I even walk past there, it's always swarming with great people. Gary and Pete are very formidable. Winky face.
That is fucking good. Frankie, take notes. Yeah. He actually did the voice of the fucking leprechaun. No.
And Che, don't know, with a 5 star says, the livery stable is a great place to meet friends for drinks, whether it's happy hour or late night. The owner is a gem, and their bartenders are friendly and knowledgeable. It's a nice little off the beaten track establishment with a rotating beer selection and tasty eats. If you are here to visit or you want a cool, relaxed environment, check out Livery. Smiley face. Yeah. So my brother did say on the past episode that this actually is everything they're saying is exactly right. They only went there for a couple beers, but he said, yeah, it was definitely just really like a fucked up dive bar, which whatever, it's gonna happen. It has the rapey vibes, but he went during the day.
Yeah,
And so he said one of the bartenders, I didn't read that one, but one of the bartenders was drunk as fuck. He was an older guy. And I
yeah,
guess my brother said that he was drinking pre-gaming before the night shift, you know what I mean? So my brother saw
yeah.
the first half and then didn't have to deal with the second. So I thought that was pretty fucking funny. He's like,
Uh,
yeah, I saw the guy there. I know who the guy is, but I didn't have to deal with that part because the guy was not listening to anybody. He was just like sitting over there, like kind of like this,
yeah.
fucked up.
I think that was me. Hey,
So
what you doing?
if you ever go to Charlottesville, then check out Delivery. I saw an ass load of 5 stars. People love the owners and the semi-underground vibes. I'd love to go with my brother. Wish my brother invited me when he went, but whatever, I'll go fuck myself. All right, back to you, not my brother. And that was from the insert of the episode.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
yeah, so because my
cool.
brother was the host. But yeah,
Yeah,
so that's what I usually do.
nice. I like that whole review thing. We call it, it's like it brings back memories, when I used to, go to the bars, you know, just walk in there.
Yeah,
Actually, it
because
was
dive bars haven't
no, no, good.
changed.
Yeah, yeah, they changed everything changed a lot. Now younger, I mean way younger people are like taking over the bar scene. Yeah. Like one time it was like me and my friend Mike, we go to this one, we go to a place that my friend was working at because the old bar, the the vents went on fire and the whole place was burning up. So everybody that worked there had to find other jobs until the place was getting fixed up.
Yeah.
So my friend was bartending at another bar, which he had like 40 years experience. So everybody knew who he was in the town. So he can get a job anywhere with anybody. And so me and my friend Mike, and he comes to visit, and then he goes, "Hey, let's go to this place called Changing Times." Okay. So I go, me and him go in there, and then there's my coworker, he came down to visit, and he goes in there, and all of a sudden he goes, "Wow," because there's a lot of young girls in here. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get jail time, you know, because I was like,
Yeah.
really, I'm like way older. Me and the other guys are like, man, we're getting too old for this shit, you know. It's like
Right. Yeah.
we're just looking around, it's like we could be their father, you know. And then I looked at him, I'm like, well, that's what they like, you know. That's what they said they like. It's like we like dads. Oh, okay, whatever.
They
So,
love it.
but it was just like we went to a, and then what bar did we went? I went to like some high, like really divey fucking bar. It was like, oh my God, I forgot what it was. They had they had little steps going down, like you walk in the thing and they got steps going down. And if you didn't know there's steps going down, you're like, hey, what's going on? Fall right back out. Then you
Yeah.
broke your hip. You know, because there's a girl I know for like, and I had a crush on this girl for like ever. She was a bartender at the same bar that my favorite bar. She was a
Yeah.
bartender for the afternoons because everybody that would on the Sundays, actually the Sundays that you're talking about. So she would bartend on Sundays, but most of the people that were playing the softball game for the bar, they'll come
Yeah.
back and drink at the bar, and I'll go and hang out. And she was just like gorgeous looking, yeah. And but then years after, um, something happened with the in the family thing, and then I came back to where my hometown was. Long story short, going down there, met up with her, just hanging out on this bar, and she got drunk and she like fell down and broke her leg on
Oh
those
shit.
on those stairs, and she was like accident prone because then I would chat with her on, texting, and then she'll turn around. It's like, oh, I turned around and I went to go and get something and a glass fell on top of my leg and kind of like severed my leg a little bit. I'm like,
Holy shit.
oh my God, I'm not going anymore with you. But it died. It's like Final Destination.
Well, both
Yeah.
have severed legs. The fuck?
Yeah. I'd be like, hello. I'll crawl to you. Yeah. But folks, this has been an awesome time. Me and Honer are like brothers and two peas in a pod. You know,
Yes, sir.
and I feel like a bond has gone and grown. Even for just 2 hours. So um,
I could
and
have went for 24 hours.
shit, if we could be able to think of something, we could be able to think of something to talk about. That's not a problem. We have like a lot of stuff, even though I could be your father. Yeah.
Fundraiser, 24 hours. We'll just talk.
Eh, I do have, I can be on live YouTube. Actually, I got that, so I can probably do a live YouTube thing.
We could also do live on Instagram when we're talking next time or something like that. Just randomly. We can be on there just talking.
And I also do a random talking on Tumblr as well, because they got a
Oh,
live thing.
Tumblr.
Yeah, I found this out because I got on the Tumblr and I haven't done it in a while. And I'm like, all right, but I didn't know you could do live, whatever. I thought you needed like a
Yeah,
certain
I
amount
didn't know
of
you could either on there until you
yeah,
just said it.
yeah. Because I mean, you're supposed to have like a certain amount of followers, like say, not followers, but I mean, like say for YouTube, you need a certain kind of followers or certain amount of views. And I
Yeah.
had over the amount of views, so I think that's what gave me the live whatever, which I haven't done yet. But I would go and do Tumblr and I'll do a live thing. And I had like maybe 25 people or 26 people view me while I'm talking and I'm integrating with other people, talking to them. It's like, hey, welcome, blah, blah, blah. And then there's a person that gave me like 100 diamonds or something, which I don't know what the hell that is about. Folks, if you know anything about Tumblr and what 100 diamonds is supposed to give you, leave a leave a comment in YouTube, like right down there, and or leave a comment uh on Anchor, and let me know what the diamonds on Tumblr are supposed to be. But follow Honer and Drunk with Buds podcast.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
and find out about like the different places and ratings and reviews and find all
It's
the
not all about the beer either. The
yeah,
beer
well,
is
you
just to
need
get
beer.
us drunk.
And you see the cool steins and all that, but make sure you do it on a Sunday
That's right.
because there's only one person that wants to go on the Sunday. I think he had to get I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's one thing. And why on
But we could
Sunday?
also, I think also though, during the week one time we can actually do like a little mini show on Instagram. It doesn't have to be recorded or anything. We can
Oh
just
yeah.
get on there randomly and talk. Like I'll go live on mine and invite you to it, and then me and another co-host, if we're available, we can all three talk or something.
Yeah, but then I have to wait until I wake up, from working overnights. So we're gonna have to
Oh,
do it on.
you work Thursday?
Yeah, I work like Sunday to Thursday. So and folks, now
Oh, okay. Okay. So then that makes sense. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So now everybody knows what my work schedule is like now.
Until you delete it, then they won't know ever.
Yeah, nah, that's fine. They don't know where it is. Yeah, but folks, on that note, please do not stalk me at work. If you do, I think it's I'm not even gonna say it because then it's gonna be like some kind of like thing. Anyway, so uh follow Owner and his podcast,
Drunken Buzz
teammates,
podcast.
yeah, drunk with buds, and then see all the different steins and all the drinks and all the
That's
talking.
right. We got a beer fest coming up. We'll be having a booth in Plymouth, Indiana, and then we'll have another one in Mishawaka, Indiana. So we're trying to grow those as well, so we can start selling merch IRL. And yeah, so we're doing things over here, trying. So come support us. That'd be cool.
And if anything, they're gonna come down to Long Island, New York, and then we'll try to get when they
You're in New
come.
York, bro?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Delete this episode.
Oh no, it's all good. It's Long
All
Island.
right. All right, you got it. Whatever, dude.
Long Island is like it's a little whale section over there. So that's it. But folks, take it easy. See you on the flip side. Right, we're trying to
Stay
find the
sexy.
that oh stay sexy. Oh, hello, hello. So, alrighty. We're gonna see about that stopping the recording.